Hey, welcome back to another edition of Babyface Beer Review. My name's Alex. I'll be walking you guys and gals through this review for the next few moments here today. As you can see by the bottle and the packaging, we've got a pretty special limited release from Firestone Walker Brewing Company out of Paso Robles, California. This is their 21st anniversary ale. Basically, release a new anniversary ale every year. Last year was their 20th anniversary, which actually was in a 22-ounce bomber. This year in 2017, they've reformatted everything to 12-ounce bottles, all their barrel-aged beers, and this one is no exception, which I kind of have a love-hate on that. I like that you can, take out a 12-ounce bottle, no problem. 22-ouncer, a little harder to do, but regardless of the fact, we'll get into this beer and see what it's all about. Very excited to join you guys and gals like always. Been a crazy weekend for me, trying to get over to my girlfriend's graduation. Airline went haywire, so going to enjoy this one and savor it for all it's worth. Pretty interesting stuff. For the last couple of years, they give you this huge scroll of a definition of what goes into this beer. I'm not going to read all this off. You guys and gals who have the beer, you can do that yourselves. And if you don't, you can see it online. It's all up there on FirestoneWalker.com. But basically, it's a blended beer. They bring in a bunch of winemakers to help with the blend. This year, they're going 42% Velvet Merkin, 18% Parabola, 17% Stickee Monkee. All those three are aged in bourbon barrels, including Bravo, which I'm about to list off, which is at 14%, and Hallertau, which is actually aged in rum barrels, and that's at 9%. So 42%, 18, 17, 14, 9%. So we can see Velvet Merkin is the top, and then Parabola below that. I love Velvet Merkin. I love Parabola. Velvet Merkin is a little thinner in terms of the mouthfeel, obviously at 8%, and then or 8.5%, and then Parabola very thick, smooth, coating the palate at 14% or whatever it may be. Getting into the specs of the beer, 11.8% alcohol by volume. I do not have an IBU content officially for you, so we can't really speak to that. As far as accolades go, Beer Advocate is given it 4.33 out of 5 in their new rating system, which puts in that outstanding category. From Untapped, you're looking at right around 4.35 out of 5 caps, so some really, really good stuff going on there. Very, very solid beer. They say drink this at about 55 degrees, so I've kind of let it sit out for a little while. No bottling date on the beer, but doesn't really matter in terms of freshness with this one. We're just over a month or two old. I've seen some reviews out there, read some reviews saying it appears thin but drinks very thick, so we'll see how that stands up once we get into it. So let's crack the cap on the 21st anniversary ale from Firestone Walker Brewing Company. Oh yeah, very nice. Last year's one I really enjoyed. The 20th was very nice. They also say pour about half of the beer into the glass so you can really appreciate the aroma. Or, excuse me, not the aroma, but just the decadence and the complexity of the beer. So that's what I'm going to do here. Pouring a beautiful, beautiful, kind of like a really dark chestnut color. There is a little bit of clarity. This beer is unfiltered, so they said there will be a little bit of sediment in the bottom. But a nice kind of tan, khaki head, really tightly compact bubbles, about a pinky's worth there. There is a little, not... you can kind of see here there's a little bit of clarity to that. Not jet black or opaque by any means, but kind of a really dark brown, dark chestnut color. Really nice looking stuff in the glass. See if we swirl it around, we get any glass legs or alcohol legs or glass lacing, excuse me. A little bit of spotty lacing there. Maybe a touch of alcohol legs. Yeah, let's get into a smell and aroma. Getting chocolate. Kind of like some sweet chocolate, brown sugar. I'm getting like dates, maybe some like raisin, light molasses in there. A little booze, getting some of the bourbon, vanilla, oak, some coconut, toasted coconut. Not really getting much of that rum barrel from the Hallertau. Some fruity notes. Pretty nice. Not so much in terms of aromatic, but really nice smelling stuff. All right, guys and gals. Cheers, pros, whatever the hell you want to call it. This is the 21st anniversary ale from Firestone Walker Brewing Company. Yeah, that's nice. Wow. Definitely a Firestone Walker barrel-aged beer. Up front, I get really nice chocolatey notes, followed by some of that sweet raisin characteristic. Molasses kind of goes throughout. Nice light molasses or some sweetness in the middle. It's not cloyingly sweet by any means. Middle of the mouth, that sweetness comes through, and then I get some more of the bourbon barrel. I get the oak. I get some toasted coconut, vanilla, a little bit of char maybe to this. Brown sugar. It's very complex. There is a lot of depth and complexity to this beer. Definitely more so in the taste than the aroma. I can definitely taste the Velvet Merkin. That's totally there with those chocolatey notes. I get a lot of oak and toasted coconut from the bourbon barrel as well. I maybe even taste a little bit of the sticky Monkee in there. I don't really get much of the rum barrel. It's very interesting. I don't get much of that rum barrel from the Hallertau. At 9%, you could see how that might be overpowered, especially for a barley wine, or a blonde. I think that's a blonde barley wine. But man, that's really nice. It does look thin in the glass, but it actually drinks pretty thick, which is very cool to see out of this beer. I get, as far as the mouthfeel goes, I get a really smooth, velvety, kind of just sticky mouthfeel. It's really, really nice. And it's not like overly sticky sweet or chewy, but it drinks really, really smooth. It's beautiful as it goes back. Light carbonation, really easy drinking. Alcohol is pretty much hidden for the most part. There's a little bit of warming in the chest. Nice, light side of full body. Really, really nice stuff here. Yeah. $14.99 for a bottle. I mean, it was at a bottle shop. I'm sure if you go big box store, Total Wine & More, Bevmo, wherever, you could probably get it for about $12 or so, which I think is more of a reasonable price. $14.99 is a little on the steep side for this. It's, so as for a grade, I'm kind of weighing that in the limited availability of this beer. I'd put it right around like a 94.5, 94. I think 94 out of 100 is a fair grade for this beer. It's really well blended together. I like that. I mean, it tastes like a cohesive beer. They said the most wine blenders that they had ever worked with before from any variety in years past. So that's pretty cool to see. So 94 for me, but that's not what matters. It matters what you guys and gals think. So you can let me know by leaving that all down below in the comment section. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know. Leave it all below. And give me some beers that I can review next, and beers that you're drinking that I might have not had that I could enjoy. So until next time, cheers, prost, whatever the hell you want to call it. Thanks again for tuning in to Babyface Brew Review.